I see that Aditi is interested.
Okay, then go for it.
Would you mind going first, Aditi? All right.
Yeah, I can.
Smart.
Alright,
Okay.
so I named this Escape. So I looked both ways, scanning my surroundings. The group already started their climb up the red cave, but I refused to move. It was as if my brain and feet had stopped working in coordination. Even if I tried climbing, my feet were glued to the rocky surface of the cave floor. Should I follow the group's lead, or should I stay here and start my own journey alone? I am used to being alone, but do I need help from someone else? We are all after the same thing: freedom. Freedom from the oppressive rules of my destructive home. Freedom from the days spent working on the fields. I looked up to see the sun rising, knowing that I might get spotted in the warm rays of the sun. Moving one foot in front of the other, I started towards the cave walls, getting ready for the climb.
Okay, I didn't hear the beginning very well. Could you start at the beginning again?
Yes, I can. I looked both ways, scanning my surroundings. The group already started their climb up the red cave, but I refused to move.
Okay. Okay. Well, I would say that's um okay. Well, that's good. So your character um is now let me think about this. Who is your character addressing?
So right now she's thinking to herself, like, should she follow the group or she should
Okay.
start her own journey?
Okay. So we have an internal dialogue. So it's good. We get this nice sense. She's looking around, um, um, checking out the scene. They starting to climb. This group begins to move, but this character stays, stays back, refuses. But there's this motivation to get away. There's some situation where are they enslaved, or what is their situation?
So I'm thinking of like having their home like being like sort of attacked almost, and like before that, the government is sort of like telling them they have to do this, or sort of like a dystopia almost.
Okay. All right. And there's a need to get away from that. So that's good. That's a nice and good motivation. So I think you might want to work more on this. Do you have some more? Okay. So why don't you during the week just I think you've got a good start there. So keep moving on it. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Who wants to read next?
So it looks like Nami has volunteered to go next. So go
Okay.
for
Okay, so I was actually writing my monologue, and then I started like kind of moving on to what happened to the monologue, but I'll just read the monologue because
Okay.
what happened next is kind of long. So I paced around my room, the paper crumpled up in my bald fist. I took the Pegasus figurine and
Hey, now, wait. Start over and go slower. I there's a new setup on Zoom, so I don't have the closed caption, so I can't read it at the same time. Or can you share your screen and show us the text? Does that work?
oh yeah, sure.
Let's do that. Actually, that you guys, let's start doing it that way. If we share the text and read, then I'm able to be sure I see it better. Okay,
I paced
beautiful.
Yeah, I paced around my room, the paper crumpled up in my balled fist. I took the Pegasus figurine and smashed the small glass figure on the floor. A shard of glass cut through a small hole in the tent. Through the hole I could see the chaos outside. No, you're treating me as if this isn't a big deal, but it is. I will not write a single word of this paper, not a single word of forgiveness. I do not accept your apology. You've torn a rip through our fragile fabric of our friendship. I curled up onto my bed and yanked the button out of the center of my pillow. Feathers flew up, landing on the grass beneath me. You betrayed me, and I won't even think of forgiving you. I know I am the type, but you can't take advantage of me like that. I know, I will never be able to say this to you, even if you betrayed me. You're right about one thing. I am a coward. I will never be able to say this in person, and I don't think I can ever look at you again. In fact, I'm leaving. With that word, my rage diminished a bit. Taking a few deep breaths, I looked around the small tent. Did I really mean what I just said? Would I actually leave? I wondered aloud. There's no, but there is no purpose in me staying here. I'm going out into the world to do just what you didn't want me to do. I'll track down every ghost nearby. I will save Bethlehem. Though I may not have mastered all my spells that you have, I'll find my way around the wilderness myself. I looked around my tent. The bookshelf I could take. I could take everything with that packing spell. I grabbed my notebook and flipped through it. Packing spell. Here it is. And then I just kind of stopped writing my monologue and kind
Okay.
of.
Okay. That's nice. Clearly you've got this idea, this rage, this beginning of smashing the figurine, very, very, very strong. And the crumpling of the paper. So we've got really, 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 really good motivation there, Nami. So thank you very much. And it's very, very nicely written. That piece is really well written. Look forward to seeing what you do with it. All right, who's next? Perry, do you have courage today?
I guess I could read. Mine, it isn't perfect. There are probably a few logic errors and a little.
Don't apologize. The cook never apologizes.
Okay, I can read.
Okay, do it. Go a little slow. I think it works better for me if I do take the notes. So just go a little bit slow.
And should I share my screen?
Yeah, let's do it both ways. Share the screen so everyone we're sure we can read it, and then I'll be taking notes. Okay.
Okay.
As if
So.
you're
Okay, so I did a monologue where the person was talking to themselves.
Beautiful. I just want to say this is more what I had in mind. More what I had in mind. What you did was really, really good, Nami. I mean, excellent, not just really good. But everybody, this is sort of the classic monologue where it's just a bunch of words, a speech. Okay, go on.
Okay. Is it just me, or does it seem like aliens invaded our planet and convinced everyone to add to my workload? What do I even start with? The bank is a priority, I guess. Yes, my job has to come first. But if I don't make more music, I'll lose my studio. I guess I should head there. What am I thinking? I can't miss work. I'll have to quit writing songs once and for all. And yet, I always told Bonnie she could intern for me in the studio when she turned 15. Oh yes, the birthday gift for Bonnie. What was it again? Did we decide? What is wrong with my memory? Let me call Dave. Where's my phone? If I can just get to my office, I can make sure I have it. Hey, you! Stop honking, sir. None of this is my fault. Don't you understand? Is it just me, or does it seem like the whole world is turning against me? Please, someone, help! Where do I go? Why doesn't Dave get a job? Right, as if he would want all this work after my stress reports. To work then. But first, coffee. At least that I have. Stop the honking! And excuse me, ma'am, but that was my coffee you just knocked over. On to my papers. Right. Well, I can't go to work now. Mr. Burns will be furious. Oh yes, the video game for Bonnie. Right over there. I promised Dave I would buy it. Right. Open 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Let's see. What time is it? 11:10, of course. I don't think I've made it to a store on time in 5 years. What is wrong with me? Well, I know exactly what's wrong with me. I'm overloaded. How is it that every person on the street seems so normal? How uncommon is it to be this unlucky when it's all I am? Oh, and yes, I'm already late to work because of the coffee spill on my papers, thanks to that inconsiderate jogger, and because Bonnie has a birthday, such a ridiculous little thing, and because Dave won't get a job. Is it just me, or does it seem like aliens invaded our planet and convinced everyone to add to my workload?
Oh my God, Perry, that is absolutely brilliant. That is fantastic. So that's just everything that a monologue should be. What to say, what to say, what to say, what to say, what to say. There's a lot of information about the character, if you think about it. Like, I haven't made it to the store in 5 years. What's wrong? What's wrong with me? And what's wrong with me is I've just totally scattered. Just too many things to do. I think you're describing me in my life. What is it? Aliens invading the planet. Of course, she's not thinking. I mean, it's a fantastic idea, but the aliens are all these people that just not working. Like, just doesn't work well with the character. It doesn't sort of makes life hard. for this character. You know, birthdays being ridiculous. I mean, it's a really great personality that you're describing, Perry. I love the fact she needs the coffee gets spilled. It's good. Anyone have anything to say about it? Any thoughts from anybody else on this? Okay. Well done, Perry. Thank you. Oh,
Look,
Nami.
Nami wants to say something.
Yeah, sorry, my hand kind of blends in with the background behind me. But anyways, so I like how like you showed how scatterbrained your character is, and like I think the monologue kind of brings out who your character is. Kind of like they're just like it's all Bonnie's fault. It's Bonnie's birthday, and it's this jogger's fault for like so and so, and like oh great, I've knocked over my coffee kind of thing. And I think it just shows how like it just shows a lot of your character.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you to everyone who has shared already. I appreciate it. Also, I'm going to drop a link in the chat again for even if you didn't share today and you don't want to read aloud, you are welcome to submit your piece of writing and it will be published to the Stuntsuit blog.
Yeah.
So the link is now in the chat.
Well, thank you very much. I will see you next week. We'll have a different subject, but we will come back to this then another time. I can see that Kate has a writing notebook. Again, we're going to start 5 minutes beginning of next class, reading from notebooks and showing sketchbooks. Okay? Everyone good? All right. Goodbye, Nova. I don't think I've seen you today. Have you been there? You're downstairs. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you,
See you
everyone, for joining.
Bye.